Okay, so back in the rehab room, starting off the second video of the lower level framing review. Something that's just missing everywhere on the door and windows, where the king meets the double top plate, the detail calls for, I think it's an A35 clip at every single one of those. And that just might not have been done yet, which is fine. Kind of the same thing here with that HDU. When you trace that guy up, there's only one continuous stud at the top. Here's something that I'm seeing in the structural foam, or the foam. There's a structural failure in that foam, which usually is an indication of the mix not being correct. So it's cracking right there. So that needs to get removed and refoamed at that location. We'll see if there's any more locations like that. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit over here too. So yeah, that's something we can kind of look through as we go. Okay, so let's go back. Now we're in one of the treatment rooms. I think generally this looks okay. Header needs to get fixed. I'm assuming that's some sort of hole for ducting, which is great. I don't see any problem with that. That's a little squirrely around that pipe. Okay. I think I'd probably add a little bit of structure to that opening. Maybe just run a couple of stabilizer pieces of blocking across from the opening over to the right. It just kind of looks unsubstantial. I think that wall might be kind of weak. Here's another treatment room. We got our big post in there. Just guessing that there's some sort of strap required for that post to beam. So this is in, let me see which room this is in. Hold on a second. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we're in therapy 2, and that's the post and beam location. And then we got another post and beam location there. We should make sure that's done correctly. That's a pretty big connection there. Kind of looks like that guy. Like this wall is a bearing condition, in which case, so again, this is therapy number 2. It probably needs to transfer down to the foundation here. We might want an extra king on each side of that opening. Looks like there is on the right side, but probably the left side needs another king stud. All right, so that's this side of things. Let's walk back into the lobby. Let's go to the half bathroom. That's looking pretty good. Yep, that seems okay. I like the way the corners turned out, the curved corners, they look really good. You got the typical header problem everywhere. It is nice to see that band of pressure treated plywood around the bottom. That's really good because of the sidewalk, I would imagine. So that's great. We've got a post condition there, kinda. We got a post and beam condition there. Kind of wonder if there's some sort of strap on that guy. Of course, we have our header, which we already talked about. I don't think anything else is jumping out at me in this room. All right, let's see where we are here. Okay, so that was, we're in exam 1. Now we're going to exam 2. Same stuff with the headers, the trusses. This is kind of an interesting thing here. And we'll look at this above, but we've got two 2x6s attached to the HDU on the right, which is great. They go all the way up. That's the one on the left does not attach to the ceiling very well. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Yeah, there we go. So that guy's kind of gapping a little bit, so that's a concern. That's not great. And how that attaches to the trusses is kind of crucial. So I think we would probably want to add some structure there. Maybe another HDU, or I'm sorry, another A35. This one in the corner seems fine. And it's going up. So we can kind of look at that, see how that looks upstairs. Okay. Stand by. These things are probably a little dizzying to watch. Let's see if I can go like that. There we go. See the whole room. Okay. So now let's go into exam room 3. Same header issue. There's the inside of that hose bib that needs to get changed out on the outside. Now's the time to do it. This all looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't see anything in this room. Now we're gonna go exam room 4. Got an anchor bolt that's kind of lonely there. Needs to get addressed. Okay. I don't think there's anything going on here. You have this beam above, and then making sure that guy transfers down. It'd be better once we fix the header. Then I think it'll transfer down that much better onto that built-up stud. I don't know if there's any sort of plate connection or anything there, so that would be good to know. Same kind of thing here. A little bit of a gap there between the beam and the double top plate. I don't know. Usually don't see it like that, but that's okay. I don't know if there's any hold downs at the bottom. So that's a concern. Not necessarily a critique there. All right. So into exam room 5. All right. So then we got these crazy, here's another one of these threaded rod things. I mean, this is just not how this is supposed to be done, as far as I understand it. You would, you could see the beam, the squash blocking in that floor plate. Let me put this guy down. Hold on a second. Okay, so right up there. So there's some squash blocking above the double top plate, and then you're also seeing some sheetrock nailer in front of it, which is great. So we got the post, double top plate, sheetrock blocking, sheetrock nailer, and then squash blocking above that. So, and then this comes down, threaded rod all the way down to the HDU at the bottom. Okay, so we'll zoom out a little bit. All right. So typically, I think what we would do there is we'd have the HDU in the bottom with threaded rod anchored into the concrete. You'd mount it to the post. Then at the top of the post, you turn it upside down, put the HDU in there, put another HDU above the floor pack, run threaded rod between them, tighten them up, and then carry that all the way up to the trusses. So I don't know. We'll see what the engineer wants to do on that. Okay, let me grab this guy. Same kind of idea here with the post in place. And maybe these guys are braced and they're fine. I don't know. It's probably not a big deal. On a lot of these, I don't know if we need post and beam connections to everything, but here's a crazy one. We've got threaded rod going into the concrete. I don't even know what that's holding. And usually you have to have an engineer stand there while you put those in the concrete. And then you got threaded rod going all the way up. And we can see this upstairs when we go into that room, which I think is the kitchen upstairs. And then we got two hold downs down here in the corner. So we're in the euthanasia room in the corner, exterior corner. So let me stand back to get some context there. So there's the door, the window, the corner. We got, this is good as far as like the amount of blocking, but again, with that threaded rod going all the way up, that's different. Let's make sure that's done well. I have another threaded rod on the side of the door, going all the way up, that's just different. Okay, so that's the euthanasia room. And let's go into exam room 6. Exam room 6, we got a big ass beam up there, and then a post, and I don't know if they need to get connected, so that'd be good to know. Double check that. It's kind of dark in here, sorry about that. We are sort of taking the beam, and so this is exam room 6. The beam transfers to the post, to the header, and then to a trimmer, one trimmer. That doesn't seem right. Maybe we're not really using that as structure, but that could be better. Maybe. So the engineer can look at that. Tell me what to do there. So nothing really else in the exam room 6. Back into the hallway. Let's look over. Let's jump over to the elevator on the lower level. See how that's going. Again, we got the header issue, just like everywhere. We do have the hold down here, which is good. That doesn't look like it's very well installed. Hold down here. Then we've got our elevator. And the elevator is kind of interesting because it's balloon framed up to a certain line and then framed up from there. The left bay in the wall seems very wide, which I don't understand why the frequency of the studs would be different up there than below it. So that seems like something that needs to get analyzed. But there's a separate wall up there above the other wall, and the studs don't line up. So it makes me wonder if we should put some strapping, if we should redo the studs up there. I don't know. Didn't know. So that's the elevator. Then we've got the. Man, this is wild. So we've got, this is the room next to the elevator, which is used for, let's see, elevator equipment. So, got the threaded rod going into the concrete and the hole down there. And so that guy just runs up. It appears to be a pretty good gap, and it could just be a bad stud right there. So I don't know. I think there's something needs to happen there. It doesn't seem right that you got your threaded rod and then you've got your hold down, and then another hold down. There's just a mess of hold downs there. That seems improbable that we really had that many hold downs right there. But so that needs to get reviewed. I don't know. All right, into the cold storage room. Got another hold down here. So, yeah, let's just make sure these hold downs are accurate. They kind of just beat the hell out of that. I don't know what's going on there. That's I don't know what's going on there, but that just looks awful. Just ran across that whole thing and just cut the heck out of it. I don't know. There's definitely some sheathing repair there. That's tough. That's the cold room. That seems reasonable. I don't think anything else is crazy in there. Going over to radiology, which is fine. I don't really know. We've got a plumbing. Maybe that's a tie-in or something like that from above. I don't know. Which is fine, whatever. I don't think there's anything in this room. Okay. Then into the dog ward. This seems fine. We got a hole down there, which has got 2 studs on it, which is good. You can definitely see daylight between those panels. So that needs to get filled in and screwed off because they're not connected very well. In this case, we've got a hold down on the left side of the door, but it only is attached to one continuous stud all the way up, which is not right. Got another plumbing vent there. And I think that's probably all I would look at in this room. The cat ward. Oh, we got a post in the corner there. That's good. Not a whole lot going on in this room. Pretty easy room. Yep, that's fine. Over to the utility room. The plumbing should definitely not be in the exterior wall. There's no way to prevent that from freezing. It will absolutely freeze. That should have come up from the floor. So that's got to get removed and figured out. Okay. Got a hold down there. Probably there's something above it. Where that beam meets the built-up stud. This seems okay. Oh, and there's a bunch of stuff in the corner. So we got much more of the hold down and the threaded rod in the corner going up. 2 threaded rods in the corner. All right, then we go into the mechanical room. In the back, we've got hold down, hold down, hold down. Let me get some context here. Yeah, very interesting. Those look okay. Might not have enough meat on that hold down right there. Alright, then we get this little half bathroom. Nothing too exciting there. Okay, that's pretty easy. We come into the, let's see, so we got dental surgery room. Let me see if I can back this off a little bit. Okay, there we go. Dental surgery room. I don't think anything's jumping out at me in here. Okay, let's go across the hall to the surgery room. See if anything looks weird in here. I don't think so. They did add another window right there, which is fine. Okay, into the treatment room. I think this is okay. I don't think there's anything. Let's see if I can turn around here. I'm getting kind of blasted out for contrast here. There we go. I don't know. Treatment room seems okay. There's probably a detail between that beam and those posts at the corners of that. That seems a little like you'd want some straps on there, maybe. Maybe not. There's another post and beam condition there. Okay. That might be the lower level. I think we hit everything. Yeah, those threaded rods are, that's new. That's new. And this entryway, just the windows, the 4 windows on each side need to be framed to match permit set number 4. And when we get to that, give me a call, because these posts look great. The posts are fine. Leave the posts in place. But the posts don't get sheeting on the outside, and they don't get sheetrock on the inside. They get wood trim that runs directly to the wood post, because you can see there, we just have enough room where the post meets the beam to put 3/4 of trim on there and miter the outside corner, make it look like a structural post, and then we'll just kiss the sheetrock right up to it. And on the outside, we'll frame it with a 2x4 wall for the windows. Take some general shots of the hallway here. It's looking pretty cool. Yeah, again, love the little corners, and the jogging the studs is great. Just when you insulate that with batt insulation, the batt insulation goes horizontally and weaves in between the studs. So that'd be good. But space feels pretty good. I would, I'm sort of against this in the slab, the mistake here, and this will never look good. It's probably better to just come in and maybe just cut along this line here, and just cut all the way to the wall, cut all the way over, and just pull out this chunk entirely instead, because it's just going to be, I mean, or do the whole room, but you'll always see that patch. It's going to look like a patch, and I think Lane wanted 4 locations for outlets and data, because the idea was that the lobby desk would be a flexible thing that she could change over time. It's not going to be a wall that she frames in there forever. She wants to be able to change it. And so having 4 floor locations for data and power, I think is very useful for the future. Yeah, I think that's it. So that's the second video for downstairs. And the next video will be upstairs.